Hey guys, this is Bill, Burromax Mini Bikes. Today we're going to unbox, set up, and get a TT350R ready to ride. Okay, so we're going to cut the tape, not necessarily the box itself, and open the box up. Inside, we'll take the stiffener out. Our instruction manual, our decals, our tail light, you have your charger, and your toolkit with your handlebar clamps. Back of the box here, you shouldn't just jerk it out. Pick the bike up just a little bit, and then it slides right out for you. Front slides right out. And grab it on the side and the back here. Don't grab it by the tail. Grab it on the side. Frame is on the side, not on the tail. Pick the back of the bike up first, and then pick it out of the box. Just like that. Nice, huh? Okay, so now we've got it unboxed. Okay, so we're gonna unbox our little charger. Should have charger, 29.4 volts for the TT350R. Your cord that goes to the wall. Plug it straight into the end of the charger. This will be your charger setup. Then we have a tail light, our decals, and our manual. Our little accessory insert. Taillight installation instructions, your taillight itself, and the screws that go to the taillight. You have a manual. Included in the manual is the decal application chart. Shows you where to put all your decals on a TT350R. And then last but not least, we have decals. I guess if they were upside right, you can see them better. There you go. How's that? Okay. The important part of this is your manual and your tail lights. This is important. You have your riser clamps. This is what it's going to hold the handlebars onto the bike. The bolts and the clamps. The toolkit has everything we need to assemble the bike with. You have your 3 wrenches, your 4 Allen wrenches, and we get them in order. You have a common and Phillips screwdriver and the handle. Just slips together. So for putting the handlebars on, we're going to need the largest wrench in the bunch. This is going to put our handlebars on. We're going to cut our wire ties, get our plastic out of the way. You'll find the key to the bike on the wire here. You can remove it now if you like. Just set the handlebar right there. Cut the foot peg wire ties. Now them out of the way. Now we got the entire bike out and ready to go. Now installing the handlebars, make sure all your cables are straight. Get your brake lever in place. Push your wires down a little. Check here on the side. Right here. Bring them all down. Make sure they're all nice and straight there. Now we're going to put the risers on. Okay, so now we're going to put our riser caps on. Place your handlebars in the lower cap. Now you put your top clamp on, put a riser bolt in it. The handlebar is centered between the fork tubes. Now I'm a taller rider, so I want the handlebars to be a little more forward. If you're a short, smaller rider, you may want to bring the handlebars back to you. For now, I'm taller, I want them up about like this. Now lock your bolts down tight. We've got the handlebar set. So now you want to tighten your brake lever up. It shouldn't move like that. Take your 5mm wrench and tighten it up. Not real tight, just firm. Make sure all your wires are nice and straight and even. If this wire is over, straighten them out a little bit. Squeeze your brake a few times to get the cables to loosen up. Remember, they've been packaged up in a box and wire tied off to the side, so you want everything to get relaxed and straighten out here. So now we're going to check our brake. Make sure your brake is working properly. Squeeze the handle a few times. Pick the rear wheel off the ground. Spin it to make sure it's free. It should roll just like that. Let's check the air pressure in the tires. To make it simple, get you an angle head gauge, as you see here. Goes up to at least 50 pounds. Okay, so now we're going to put the tail light on. We have our little Phillips screwdriver. We have our tail light, and we have our 3 screws. It's going to mount the tail light to the rear fender. Plug your tail light in to the wire that's on the bike here, making sure that it goes in freely and the little lock locks. Your tail light has the 3 hole mounting holes. Make sure the short side is towards the body. Tuck your wire up in underneath there. Snug it up slightly. Don't over tighten, you just gotta snug them. This is plastic. Taillight doesn't weigh anything. It's not going anywhere. There, taillight. Now we're just about ready to go here. We want to take our wrenches, go around the bike, check, make sure all your bolts and nuts are tight. Just kind of get to know the bike a little, check it over. Gonna remove our plastic bag. Just pull it on the side here. You'll see that little white string come up. And just kind of work it around. Get the bag out. Gauge. Nice simple little deal. Okay, so we have our keys. We'll put them in the ignition here on the side. The ignition has 3 positions: off, accessory, and on. Turn the ignition on to accessory. Your gauge comes on. 26.2 volts is what's in the battery at this point. By touching this little symbol here on the gauge, now it tells us there's 68%. So you have voltage at 26.2 volt, and when you touch the little symbol, it should show you percentage of battery. Our light switch, when it's out, it's off. You press it and it comes on. You press it again and it turns off. You press the light switch, the lights come on. You have your headlight, your tail light, and your brake light. With the headlight switch off, you still have a brake light. So the ignition switch has 3 positions: off, accessory, and on. The throttle works now. Pick the rear wheel up, twist the throttle, and it should run. Okay, so now we're going to change the speed from high to slow. With a small tool, something like this, a toothpick even will work. You want to go straight in the hole and push the little rocker switch to the back. Pick the rear wheel off the ground, turn the key on. That's slow. We go back in, push the rocker switch the other direction. That's high. straight in the hole, one side to the other. The bike has an adjustable rear shock. For heavier riders, you can tighten the spring tension up by turning it counterclockwise. And for the lighter riders, you can turn it clockwise and leave it down low. We're going to charge our bike now. This is our charger. We've installed our plug. We want to plug the charger into the wall. Let the green light come on. It takes just a few seconds. Okay, so our plug has a small notch and the receptacle in the bike has a small nub. You line those two up and slide it in. And the light on the charger turns red. And your light turns red. The light turns red, you're charging. You'll hear a little fan come on. Let her charge for like 4 to 5 hours, whatever it takes for that light to turn green again. When it's green, it's fully recharged. And for the first 4 or 5 charges in the very beginning of the battery's life, you want to take and run it down to about 23 volts. Then bring it in and charge it. Go through the same little process. When the light turns red, you're charging. Let it charge uninterrupted until it's full.